Prince Mongol Malong was driving through the streets of Sunnyside, Pretoria, in his brand new Volkswagen Golf GTI 8. His wife was right next to him, oblivious to the unexpected danger that was about to hit them. The city seemed calm past midnight, but Prince knew better than to relax. As they got to an intersection, a white Volkswagen Polo popped up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, the peaceful night was shattered by the terrifying sound of gunfire as bullets started hitting Prince's car. What started as a regular drive quickly turned into a nightmare. But even in this deadly situation, Prince wasn't the type to back down. He was determined to fight for his and his wife's lives. But this was no random assault. It was a calculated ambush. No matter how he tried to escape it, his moves had already been calculated, as it clearly was a deliberate effort to remove one of South Africa's most notorious gang lords. Time felt like it hit pause momentarily as chaos erupted, marking the beginning of the end for a man.
This video right here, I didn't even do a start, but how South Africa's biggest, highest boss caught his end. Right here, like he said, it seemed like they had ambushed him, the police that caught him. It was a bad day for him. He wasn't on good and they got him. So, like I said in the last video, I don't think y'all got it, but if this is your first impression of mine, this video right here, don't worry how I got it, bro. Like the internet providers in my area is lazy. I couldn't get to them, but I had to do the video, so I got it anyway. Don't mind how I got it, but it's still there, right? So let's do this, bro. You can see the video, so let's do this. Yeah, bro.
Who once ruled Pretoria's underworld. This is a gripping story about the rise and fall of one of South Africa's most infamous crime figures, filled with wealth, betrayal, and violence. Prince Mongol Malong's story begins in Pretoria, a city where poverty and despair permeate the atmosphere, leading people to make difficult and often risky...
No, bro. He's violating. Why? Why? Not every... Is it like, what?
Where poverty and despair permeate the atmosphere. Malong's story begins in Pretoria, a city where poverty and despair permeate the atmosphere, leading people to make
I don't like that, bro. Now, I discovered this in the last video. Cape Town Crime, this channel is run by AI. So we're gonna give it a pass. So it's just an AI, bro. It's just like making video what it was typed to. You know what I'm saying? Like, the script was given, so it's AI, bro. It's not. But at the same time, who's writing the script, bro? Who's writing the script? Because look, bro, on the last video, bro, here's what I was thinking. Cape Town Crime. I'm thinking like the South African who made this video, or somebody who grew up in South Africa, right? The last video, instead of pronouncing Gauteng as Gauteng, it's pronounced Gauteng. So I'm like, it's probably AI that's just coming up with this stuff, right? It's just probably AI. So that's AI accent. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna give it a pass. But okay, cool. Now we get to this video. This fool is saying, this fool is violating Pretoria, bro. It's like he talking about like down Pretoria, like is it just filled with poverty. No, bro, it's like there's wealthy people there too. Undercover wealthy people there. Y'all know that. They're undercover, duh. So what I'm saying is like, who's writing the script? Because even if it's AI that's making this video, bro, it's given a script, bro. Who wrote that? That law violation, I can't. Hey, it's not going.
Often
it went over some people's head, bro. It's not going through. It's not going over my head. I spotted. Like I spotted.
Risky choices. For some, crime appears to be an escape, while for others, it only results in catastrophe. In this harsh reality, there are no easy exits, just a series of perilous decisions. Each choice Prince made brought him closer to a pivotal moment that would determine his future. Growing up, Prince got involved with local gangs, starting with a notorious car theft crew that specialized in stealing rugged, off-road vehicles, especially the Toyota GD6. His criminal activities escalated to smuggling goods into Mozambique and Zambia, as he delved into high-stakes crime, including luxury car theft and armed truck heists. He quickly built a multi-million-dollar operation, shocking many with his rapid rise in South Africa's organized crime scene, despite his modest background right before his untimely death.
I'm telling you, bro. It be the most bastard looking people, bro. Like, imagine it's the gun. It's the gun that got him that power, bro. He cannot fight. I don't see him fighting. I don't see him having sense in the. It's the gun. He popping his Glock. That's how he getting his motion, bro. That Glock is your motion. I don't mean you should go out there and try and get you a gun, bro. Hey, I mean, get it for your safety, but don't get him to pop it just for motion. You know what I mean? Like,
one knew that Prince was a man of fashion. His closet reflected his flashy lifestyle, filled with designer items that never went unnoticed, flashy luxury cars that turned heads, and a sharp eye for sneakers.
You know, I heard there's a saying, money cannot unlame you, bro. Oh, shit. So money cannot unlame you, right? That's so true. Fool has all this money, but he still cannot dress, bro. Yes, it's Dior. Okay, fine. You got that designer Dior. No, not even my nephew, bro. And my sister, she done bought my nephew. Okay, she hasn't done this, but actually, yes, she done it. She done this. She done bought my nephew a little, some pink, some pink clothing, bro. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. He's a little boy. But what I'm saying is, like, even my nephew, bro, 8 months, a year old, something like that. It's not in his catalog for fight. Like, it's not in his catalog to have this type of like style looking Dior jersey you got on, bro. It's not. God, that's so horrible. It's just so horrible. And what makes it so golden is, like, he probably paid 5,000 rands for that, right? 5,000 rands. Like, his whole fit is probably 20,000 rands right there, probably. But still, bro, I can put up with a fit that cost 10,000 shillings, because I'm in Nairobi right now, and that's like 1,000 rands. It would look way way better than this, bro. Would. Telling you.
People often talked about his incredible style, and there were whispers that he even dedicated a whole room in his house.
Who talked about his style, bro? Who talked about this? No, I don't believe it. Hey, bro, I grew up in Botswana. It's just that I'm in Nairobi right now. Like, I relocated presently. I ain't never heard of, and I've been, like, updated with, like, South African news too, because I was watching, like, I grew up watching The Reeve and The Queen. So, like, South African, you know what I mean, like, drama and all that. It's interesting. So the news will show that you pop up in my feed. You know what I mean, like in the TV, whatnot. So I ain't never heard about in social media, then Facebook, even in the Facebook days, bro. This is around 2022, right? Then Facebook day, Instagram day, bro. I ain't never had nobody's talking about this for this. No, I ain't never seen nobody reshare this right here to his like to the Instagram story or nothing, bro. What's this? You cannot dress, bro. You can't. You just cannot. My nephew got way better drip than this 38-year-olds. Or how old is they?
House to showcase his amazing sneaker collection, each pair more exclusive and pricey than the last. Among his crew and fans, he was celebrated as a fashion icon. He was unapologetic about his wealth and loved the spotlight, despite the shady rumors surrounding him. The gang scene he navigated was dangerous, marked by fierce territorial battles. However, Prince leveraged his money and connections to maintain his security until chaos ensued. The prolonged conflict with rival gangs turned brutal, leaving many groups battered. As tensions rose, Prince proved his mettle as a leader, seizing control of parts of Pretoria and eyeing expansion into nearby cities. As Prince's power grew, he started hanging out with guys like Zorro, another big player in the underworld. But climbing the ranks didn't come without its challenges. Things started getting pretty tense. Prince didn't just run the criminal scene, he also knew how to keep up a public image. As his crew grew, he showed off his wealth and influence on social media. He'd post videos flaunting fancy cars, designer clothes, and, of course, his guns. Some photos even showed him...
Is that an SF-90? Oh, they showed him popping his Glocks. His guns? I want to see his guns. Is that an SF-90, bro? Or is that a... That's not no LaFerrari, that's a SF-90, I think. I'm just lying. Is it McLaren? Probably.
He also knew how to keep up a public image. As his crew grew, he showed off his wealth and influence on social media. He'd post videos flaunting fancy cars, designer clothes, and, of course, his guns. Some photos even showed him hanging out with other gang members like Zorro, who he was said to do business with. But while Prince was busy living large, the authorities weren't just sitting back and watching. In 2021, after discovering Prince's involvement in illegal activities and murders, the police intensified their efforts to apprehend him. In January, they conducted a surprise raid at his home in Trennance Park, a known hangout for his crew. The Durban Anti-Gang and National Intervention Unit executed the operation late at night, catching the gang off guard. Despite the Mongol gang's toughness, the raid was so swift that they couldn't fight back. The premises were adorned with gang symbols, highlighting Prince's influence. Ultimately, the police found Prince in one of the rooms and arrested him before he could react. To prevent any retaliation, they quickly placed him in a clean police car, aware that his criminal connections could pose a significant threat. Even though he was behind bars, Prince still had a big influence in South Africa's criminal world. His reputation among the crooks was still pretty solid, which meant he managed to hold on to some of his power, even if it was a bit shaky. Meanwhile, his old buddy Zorro saw an opening to move up in the crime game. They had teamed up before, but with Prince locked up, everything changed. In an effort to make his mark while Prince was out of the picture, Zorro teamed up with other criminals looking to score big in the drug trade and high-end car thefts. This alliance led to a chaotic power struggle, with rival gangs battling over crucial drug routes and networks for stealing luxury cars. The situation quickly escalated into a playground of violence and betrayal as different factions fought for control over South Africa's tumultuous crime landscape. Even from prison, Prince remained embroiled in the madness. He managed to pull some strings.
Hey, Lunokom Zanzi, you do a lot, hey? How is it? Yo, these fools just say there was having fights, like gang fights, because the other gang is probably stealing more cars than them. Hey, y'all not having a fight because people are stealing more cars than you now. He basically said that, bro. I summarized the whole thing. That's the whole point of me watching, bro. But that's crazy, man. I didn't hear this correctly. Let me go back, bro. I'm probably tripping.
crucial drug routes and networks for stealing luxury cars. In an effort to make his mark while Prince was out of the picture, Zorro teamed up with other criminals looking to score big in the drug trade and high-end car thefts. This alliance led to a chaotic power struggle, with rival gangs battling over crucial drug routes and networks for stealing luxury cars. The situation quickly...
Rival gangs battling over crucial, like networks and car routes. But those like fighting because the other guys is doing, you know what I'm saying? Basically what I said, bro. Basically what I said. Is that a Mustang? But no, let's play the video, man.
Crucial drug routes and networks for stealing luxury cars. The situation quickly escalated into a playground of violence and betrayal as different factions fought for control over South Africa's tumultuous crime landscape. Even from prison, Prince remained embroiled in the madness. He managed to pull some strings to keep his operations running, ensuring that his name still commanded respect and fear on the streets. One of the most significant events in this saga occurred in February 2022 during a shocking cash-in-transit heist at the Menandi Spar on Twip Road in Centurion. Tragically, one of the security guards lost their life during the robbery, underscoring just how dangerous things had become for both Zorro's and Prince's crews. This violent episode attracted a great deal of attention from law enforcement and exacerbated the tensions in the criminal underworld, bringing Prince's name back into the spotlight, even while he was still incarcerated. The crew reportedly attacked said security guard while he was loading cash into the truck. Suddenly,
Dosen Gabada. Bro, you have no shame, dog. Like, they know you like out here robbing places, but then they're gonna take your money, bro. They don't give a they're doing business. Right? But at the same time, bro, for you to go and pause, have a little smile like that from robbing, bro. You was calling for this. You're calling for bad karma to yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to do a crime and then it's another thing to do a crime and then flex it. You know? Or do you not? No, let's do this.
Even while he was still incarcerated. The crew reportedly attacked said security guard while he was loading cash into the truck. Suddenly, the guard was shot multiple times and murdered ruthlessly. The shocking incident was recorded on CCTV. Two individuals, dressed unmistakably, escaped the location with the cash boxes, but their success was temporary. The security features on the cash boxes rendered the stolen money worthless. The fate of Prince after the robbery remains a mystery. Despite the seriousness of the crime, there have been no reports indicating that he served any time in prison. There are also allegations linking Prince to a notorious hijacking syndicate that has a specific preference for 4x4 vehicles. Among their most prized targets is the Toyota GD6, a durable vehicle that is highly sought after in Africa. This syndicate is believed to have extensive connections that extend well beyond South Africa's borders. Vehicles that are stolen or hijacked locally are quickly smuggled into Mozambique or Zambia before disappearing into other parts of the continent. Operating like a well-oiled machine, this syndicate is no ordinary gang. It functions similarly to a drug cartel. Low-level criminals each connect up everything.
Hey, before disappearing to other parts of the continent, y'all out here buying second hands from people, bro. That car might be from BB or this Dior wearing guy right here. Where was I, bro? I mistakenly did what I did. Where was I at? Okay, bro, let me come back.
Flashing it across social media, it became just another symbol of his carefully crafted image as the man with the latest, most luxurious toys. Little did he know that this very car, which he proudly paraded, would soon become his coffin on wheels. In September 2022, a terrifying event unfolded shortly after Prince's imprisonment, forever changing the course of his life. On the 3rd of September, he was driving through the streets of Pretoria with his wife in their sleek Golf GTI 8, a car that reflected the same charisma and flair.
Coughing on wheels is crazy, bro. Like, man. Just thinking, like, damn. All this time, this fool has his friends in there. Yo, get in my coffin. Like, hey, I'm just saying, it's crazy.
He often showcased on his vibrant social media posts. Without warning, they found themselves ambushed by a vehicle loaded with armed individuals. The attackers opened fire, their bullets striking the couple's car and loading it with bullets. In the chaos, Prince was seriously injured, and his wife, filled with terror and disbelief, watched in horror as her husband was caught in the line of fire. As the assailants fled the scene, the chaos subsided, but the damage was done. Emergency responders rushed Prince to a nearby hospital in a desperate attempt to save him, the gravity of the situation hanging heavy in the air. Despite their dedicated efforts, the injuries sustained were too severe. Just a few agonizing hours later, Prince was pronounced dead at the age of 43, leaving behind a legacy marked by both infamy and tragedy. The very same man who built a huge empire of drugs, fancy cars, and violence met his end in a bold ambush. Karma caught up with him just as quickly as he had built his empire. With his death, the organized crime scene in South Africa lost a major player, but the chaos didn't stop there. The world of organized crime in South Africa lost a significant figure with his death. However, the aftermath of Prince's assassination sent shockwaves through the region, triggering a new surge of violence in the drug trafficking industry. Strangely, Zorro was also a member of the Zion Christian Church, though his involvement in illegal activities outside of its walls painted a far more sinister picture. Following...
Oh yeah, I didn't even pre-watch this, bro. I didn't watch this before doing the reaction, so... Bro, I didn't know him or whatnot. I didn't mean to speak bad or whatnot, like I said, so... Yeah, bro, rest in peace, bro. Yeah, just rest in peace, bro. I didn't mean to speak bad or nothing. I was just like, that was before watching, you know. But apart from you, resting in peace, when I was like commenting on what she was doing and like commenting like the comment out of that other part, bro. It's for this entertainment right here. It's nothing to do with you or nothing personal or nothing, bro. So, yeah. I'm trying to get haunted or nothing, you know what I mean? Like,
Prince's death, his narrative lived on. Much like Prince, Zorro had some pretty tight connections with various gangs and criminal fashion choices. There are reports that Zorro and Prince worked together on a bunch of robberies and heists, which helped them build a reputation as two of the most powerful criminals in South Africa. After Prince was killed, Zorro found himself on the radar of rival groups in the drug trade and smuggling scene. Zorro suffered a similarly tragic end just a few months after the attack that claimed Prince's life. He was also brutally killed in Mamelodi, yet another hub of organized crime in South Africa. Police reports later revealed that Zorro was behind the wheel of his bakkie when a BMW drove up closely behind him. The passengers inside opened fire with automatic weapons, sending bullets tearing through the vehicle. In a frantic bid to escape, Zorro accelerated through the streets, trying to evade his attackers. However, his fortune ran out, and his bakkie finally came to a stop. He exited the vehicle, believing he could run away, but his assailants had different intentions. The BMW abruptly stopped, and unidentified gunmen appeared, killing Zorro without mercy. The aftermath was one of complete devastation. Police collected 29 shell casings in a single bullet, while Zorro's bakkie was filled with bullet holes all along the back and sides. Zorro's murder really shook up the community, with people on social media saying things like, "Now we can finally drive our GD6s without worry," showing that the stolen luxury car scene had switched hands. Prince Mongol's funeral was something else entirely. His family threw a huge event to flaunt the kind of luxurious lifestyle he had. Rumor has it they spent over 300,000 South African rands on it. Only cars from the 2022 model year were allowed in the funeral parade, and people were required to show up in designer clothes, highlighting the crime lord's love for all things luxurious. Videos from the event blew up on social media, showcasing fancy tributes to Prince Mongol. While some people celebrated his life, others criticized the glorification of someone whose criminal actions brought a lot of fear and hurt to others. The funeral was a final display of Prince's dominance over South Africa's underworld. Today, the person behind Prince's death remains a mystery. Even though there's been a lot of talk about his possible involvement in illegal activities and connections to a dangerous underworld, no one has officially been named or charged for his murder. After his death, new players scrambled to take over his empire, proving that in South Africa's underworld, power never stays vacant for long. His killing shows just how tough the fight against organized crime in the country.
Bro, the ambush. Somebody told the cops where they was at, bro. That ambush. Somebody told the cops. You know what I mean? They was trying to take his spot, bro. If you gotta go, they're gonna use somebody like real close to you. They probably use the female. Probably, bro. Probably. Then probably not too at the same time. And then with the BMW pulling up and then popping Zorro. Boy, that done caught you lagging, boy. That done caught you lagging, boy. You was retreating, bro, meaning you ain't had your tool on you, boy. You showed them your weakness. Like if you would have stayed in your car and then like went down, maybe they would pop, and then maybe they hit you here. But if they come to check, right, after shooting, and not seeing you fall down, or seeing that you fell down, like come to make sure you're dead, that's when you snap out like a king cobra, bro. Snap out like a king cobra. But then they just pop, and then you hit the door. It's a huge possibility that the door can save you, bro, and the bullet don't get to you. It's a slight possibility. Let's say 60% possibility. Depending on your car, bro. What's your car made of? Or if we do get through, it's not as painful as if the door wasn't involved, you know? You probably will survive. But for your dumb ass to get off your car and try to run away, like, this fool's in the BMW, like, they pop. Now they realize you ain't got your Glock on you because you're running away, bro. Ha. Yeah. It's done. That's it for the video, man. Let's go.